This is the EuroNews interview with EU External Relations Commissioner Benita Ferrero-Waldner on the European Union's Neighbourhood Policy. The policy is designed to build on bilateral commitments linking the EU and its eastern and southern neighbours and strengthen prosperity, stability and security. But Moscow has refused to take part in the Neighbourhood Policy, and it was about recent events in Russia that we first questioned the Commissioner.
Commissioner, welcome to EuroNews. Have you any concern about the situation in Russia, the current situation?
Well, let me say the following. I think I've made very clear after the election that the whole process has always to be considered. And in the process we have seen that the right of assembly and also the media freedom was not always completely there, and this indeed has been confirmed by the Council of Europe and also by the Assembly of the OSCE that have spoken out against that.
And what about the allegation of ballot manipulation or electoral abuses?
Well, I can only, of course, read what these observers have said, and they have said that both in the process and also on the electoral day there were really negative elements, like, for instance, the harassment of the opposition politicians, of NGOs, and also some sort of fraud.
Europe doesn't seem to have a single position. How to deal with this situation?
Well,
as a commissioner?
First of all, I would like to say that we as EU institutions have reacted with the same message. And I think this is very important. Second, I think Russia remains a very important partner for us and also a neighbor. Russia is a strategic partner for us. So insofar we are working with Russia. But I think what we would like to see, for instance, would be that the presidential elections could now be observed by the OSCE in a really appropriate manner.
Even because if you look at the map, the space of the European Neighbourhood Policy corresponds to the space of what Russian used to call some years ago the near abroad.
Well, this is the eastern part of our neighbourhood policy. But you know, the neighbourhood policy is a policy to all the neighbours of the enlarged European Union. That means there is also a southern part, which is the southern Mediterranean, except for the candidate country, Turkey.
What do you think about the Mediterranean Union proposed by the President of France, Nicolas Sarkozy? Do you think that it could be complementary to the neighbourhood policy?
I think we can be favourable to this project as long as the acquis, that means what we already have achieved, remains, and that is the Barcelona process. This is the neighbourhood policy. And in complementarity to that, we will see what else can be done to reinforce our policies or to give added value.
Why 2008 is going to be important, fundamental for the neighbourhood policy?
I think it will be very important because we really want to make a reality for everyday citizen of the partner countries, but we want also to show to our own citizens that to having more stability, more prosperity, more security can only be brought about if we are working together. Think of the migration. I mean, if we help our neighbourhood countries, then of course they will certainly rather want to stay in their own countries, create jobs there, get possibilities to really bringing up their families instead of coming here. And therefore, for instance, the migration issue is very closely linked to the issue of better trade relationship with these countries.
Is this a sort of second circle of a future two-speeds Europe?
I think what we wanted to avoid is dividing lines in Europe and also with our immediate neighbours. What we want to do is really, we want to create this ring of friends around us, but friends that are on the same line, that are on the same level. And therefore we have to help them to really come to the same level.
Just the last question, is this the concern also by the European Union not to look like a fortress?
Absolutely. Not only that we don't want to look like a fortress, we are no fortress. Indeed, we want to see where the bridges can be built. And neighbourhood policy, I think, is a very large and very firm, steadfast bridge to our immediate neighbours.
Thank you very much, Commissioner.
Thank you.